The Talking Points memo is about Secretary of State Rubio going to Rome on Thursday to meet with Pope Leo and the president or prime minister of Italy, Meloni, who used to be an ally and is no longer. So it's an important meeting. So Rubio's a good choice. He's a Roman Catholic. He's not a confrontational man. I know him, but his status in my eyes has risen in the last year or so. He's done a very good job as Secretary of State. So on Thursday, he's going to the Vatican. And, this is not usual. He's going to visit Pope Leo at the Apostolic Palace, 11:30 a.m. Press will be all over it. Then on Friday, he's going to meet with the Pope's cabinet. Yes, the Pope has a cabinet because the Vatican's a country. And then on Friday, he's got the Prime Minister in Rome. And they're going under the banner of being conciliatory, which is another good thing. Okay, we need air bases in Italy. We need somebody to be our friends in Europe. And this is the best hope. Now, both Pope Leo and President Trump don't understand each other. They may not want to understand each other. I don't know Pope Leo. Okay, I do know Donald Trump. They talk past each other. It's almost like they're two different languages. And this all stems, the Iranian thing isn't really what's on the table. It's immigration. That's what it goes back to. And the Pope, I think, made a mistake getting into the Iranian conflict when he wouldn't follow up with answers to specific questions like, does the Vatican okay with the mullahs having a nuclear weapon? That's a yes or no question. And Pope Leo didn't want to answer it because he doesn't want bad relationships between Christians and Islamists. He didn't want that. So he's not going to answer those kinds of questions. Donald Trump is convinced that Pope Francis, Leo's predecessor, and Pope Leo are liberation theologians. What does that mean? Both of them were missionaries in South America, very poor. Both of them saw people get destroyed by corrupt, I don't know what you're going to call these dictators down there, but they didn't give a hoot about their people. And they administered to those poor people. Both Francis and Leo did the same thing. And they became very liberal in trying to help poor migrants. Then you have politics come into it because the United States says we have to stop millions of people from coming in here unattended, which Trump has succeeded in doing. But the popes themselves didn't quite get the why of that. Here's what the president said. Go.
So we have the lowest murder rate in 125 years, since 1900, the lowest murder rate. So we believe strongly in law and order, and he seemed to have a problem with that, so there's nothing to apologize for. He's wrong.
It's not that Pope Leo has a problem with law and order. He doesn't see it as the top priority. Okay, now, there you go. He could be wrong. Because certainly, the front page of the New York Post today is another guy. He comes in, stabs 2 Long Island women to death, goes on and on and on. When you let millions of people into a country, any country, there's a study going on now in Northern Europe where the immigrants commit 3 times as many violent crimes as the indigenous population. I mean, that's what you're going to get. These are unattended people. These are people who were dumped out of prison, specifically with marching orders to come here by Maduro and by Mexico, whoever. But the Pope's job is to administer to the poor, not separate them out. Bad, good. All right? So therefore, the president, who sees unfettered immigration as bad because of violence attached to it, and this is the debate I had with Geraldo, who still to this day refuses to acknowledge the danger of millions of people pouring in here and we don't know who they are or what they've done in their past. He won't do it. All right? And neither will Pope Leo. So we have to attend to the poor. Period, period, period. Nothing more than that. And it drives some people crazy because they say you can't be advocating a policy that brings danger to innocent people. And that's what unfettered immigration does. Flat out does it. Okay, so you got two guys they're talking past you about. Can Rubio broker this? I don't know. Okay, I could by having them both keep quiet. Okay. The Pope does not have to be persuaded, and the president doesn't have to be persuaded. You can stay in their own zones. All right, just don't interfere if something positive is happening, and certainly closing down the porous border was a positive for this country. And if you don't think so, then you're not, going back to my message of the day, you don't live in reality. You don't. Okay, in addition, the Trump administration's got to start getting some allies on Iran. I don't expect Italy to magically come over to our side, but they'll make some progress there. The Pope is not going to get involved with that. He's not. But we do need more allies. And it's just crazy we don't have them, because it's certainly not a good thing for a terror state to have a nuclear weapon. I don't care where you are or what you're doing. Now, I know you're paying more for gas. I know. Everybody knows. This is painful. But sometimes you got to see the big picture. But Americans, a lot of them don't want the big picture. They don't want to see it. They won't acknowledge it. And that's where we are. And that's the memo.